What's up everyone? Alex here. Picture this. Your luck's down and out. You're unhappy with your life and where it's headed. One warm summer evening, you decide that everything's just not worth dealing with. Without thinking things through, you jump off a tall building, hoping for a quick release. But instead of a crash, you hear a splash. You're underwater now, and someone is talking to you. When your eyes open, you are warmly greeted by a cheery girl, and immediately feel the sand under your fingertips. You're spritzed by the ocean spray, confused at what happened. But after much convincing from the cheery girl, you willingly join her and soon meet several other people in what will be the first of many days together. What I've just described is the odd first opening minutes of Zanki Zero Last Beginning, and this is my review, hours later.
Haruo Higurashi, was it? Welcome to Garage Island. And my condolences.
From the team that brought us the Danganronpa series, Zanki Zero Last Beginning tells the story of 8 people who are forced to live on an island at the end of civilization, given the important mission to restore humanity by a TV show called Extend TV. As the group goes about and fulfills each objective, they quickly learn that not only are they clones of their original selves, but they also suffer from a shortened lifespan of 13 days, with each day rapidly accelerating their growth. No sooner do they realize this, that mysterious ruins begin to appear, connecting to their once lonely island, urging the group to explore it. As the group explores each ruin, gathering much-needed food and materials along the way, the ruins begin to reveal mysterious truths about their past, showcasing their sins in full view. This cycle of survival, exploration, revelation, and redemption is at the heart of Zanki Zero Last Beginning, and its mysteries are sure to intrigue, disturb, disgust, and even fill you with sheer terror. At its core, Zanki Zero Last Beginning is, get ready for a mouthful, a first-person dungeon crawler action RPG with survival and base-building mechanics, topped off with a visual novel-like presentation. It's because of the survival part that treating Zanki Zero just like any other game in the RPG genre won't be as straightforward as you might think. To illustrate an example, you don't have potions that refill your health back up. Instead, you'll have to either rest on the dingy floors of ruins or rest on your bed, if you have one that is. But if you're resting in the ruins, you might want to make sure that you have enough stamina, as replenishing your life while away from safety will deplete that. And if you don't have enough stamina, you have to make sure you eat enough food, because if you don't have any stamina, your health will slowly decrease. And if you eat too much food, you might want to make sure your bladder isn't filled up. And if it is, you might want to make sure to find a toilet to use to avoid gaining the stench status effect and increasing the stress of your party. But you might not want to go to a toilet that's in the ruins because it's dirty and might build up your stress. And if you're stressed, your attacks will probably cool down slower, leaving you open to more attacks. Did that whole paragraph just stress you out? Great! If it's not apparent yet, Zanki Zero Last Beginning is unlike any dungeon crawler or RPG you played in recent memory. And while I will apologize for stressing you out about the game's survival mechanics, I'll also tell you that Zanki Zero actually offers plenty of ways for you to play it. For starters, the game has 5 difficulty levels, 3 at the beginning, that allow you to tweak how impactful the game's survival mechanics are. Zanki Zero will recommend that you begin at level 3, but I would recommend new players to start at level 2, then adjust it to level 3 later once you've gotten used to the game's general gameplay loop. Increasing the difficulty will not only make the survival mechanics harsher, but it will also alter the kind and quantity of material drops you get, how strong the enemies are, and what kinds of traps you'll encounter while exploring each ruin. Another way Zanki Zero Last Beginning helps mitigate these survival mechanics is through its unique base-building mechanic, which is at the center of your experience. By creating workshops, kitchens, and other facilities, you're able to craft and upgrade weapons, store materials in a warehouse that all base facilities can access, and cook food necessary to make your expeditions into the ruins more fruitful. You'll be able to upgrade your facilities with the materials you gather from the ruins, and the more upgrades each gets, the more gear, food, and rare materials you'll be able to make. I'm a huge fan of base building mechanics in other games, and seeing this mechanic present in an RPG is refreshing, welcome, and appropriate, given the game's central theme. Combat in Zanki Zero Last Beginning all happens in real time, with each party member's swing evoking a cooldown, forcing players to choose carefully when to attack. Optionally, the party can also unleash a powerful charge attack together. The catch is that while you're able to hold this charge indefinitely, moving with said charge will tick down your party member's stamina. So if you time your charges, attacks, and movements just right, you'll be rewarded with reduced cooldowns and maxed out attack damage. Fortunately, you're able to utilize items that can aid you while exploring, but since this too happens in real time, you can be exposed to an attack. Even looking at the map doesn't save you from attacks. Thankfully, you're able to pause the game and swap members at any time, yet another way to work around the game's stamina mechanic. Zanki Zero also features a skill point system that ties itself with every single facet of the game, from combat to base building, asking players the question of, what's really the most important thing to you? I found trying to answer this question daunting and very overwhelming at first, but after thinking about what aspect of survival was the most impactful for me, I decided to build a warehouse for storage, then a kitchen, given that prepared food gave me much needed stamina. This allowed me to explore more of the ruins and minimizing return trips to the base, which made my playthrough much more manageable. Despite how hard you will your party to live, each party member will eventually die, prompting you to reclone them in the extend machine on the island, and, most likely, showing you how they died. But in Zanki Zero, death is truly a new beginning, as the machine will reward you with shigabane, or buffs, that partially protect you from what caused your death. Did someone die while they were a child? Have an extra day as a child. Did someone get killed by poison? How about not ever getting poisoned ever? There is a literal point cost to either simply reviving or reviving with all shigabanes activated, but you can earn those points just by defeating the various creatures living in the ruins. Oh, and you don't need to keep dying a specific way to activate these. You just need to have died once to gain that specific shigabane and then have the points necessary to revive said party member with shigabane active. Wrapping all these mechanics together is Zanki Zero's storytelling and character development. And, as expected of the Danganronpa team, the bright and warm visuals that welcome you into this world belies and contrasts heavily with the twists and turns that await anyone who braves this game. Each character's motivations and inner thoughts are displayed in full view, thanks to the team's superb writing chops. And every revelation and redemption that occurs is both heartbreaking and heartfelt, making you feel closer to each character's plight and their relationships with one another. While Danganronpa sought to tear each of its characters apart, Zanki Zero tries to bring its characters together in the strangest ways, keeping each character honest, with enough wiggle room to inject a healthy helping of doubt and suspicion that any good mystery and suspense thriller should have. The story is also surprisingly well-paced, with scenes and dialogue taking place not just before and after exploration, but also throughout as well. Helping bring levity to Zanki Zero are the hosts of Extend TV, Sho and Mirai. While Sho can be a prick at times, Mirai provides a double dose of cuteness and reality checking that makes the duo work so well together.
Hey kids, it's time for Extend TV!
And while Extend TV is fully voice acted, not all of Zanki Zero is. But in the scenes that do, the English voice actors embody their roles well, and I couldn't honestly imagine any other voice actors portraying each character. The fact that their performance left such a lasting impression on me speaks volumes to the work they put into the game.
I'm Minamo Setouchi, a 25-year-old Ryzen police sergeant.
Zanki Zero Last Beginning is a strange game with a strange premise, but beyond its theme and genre, is a game that demonstrates an understanding of what it means to follow up a hit franchise. It's not often that we get to play an RPG that, instead of trying to add depth to already existing conventions, actually thinks of a uniquely different approach to tackle the genre's common challenges. I appreciate that Zanki Zero doesn't share the same interest in the genre's often unhealthy obsession with grinding, urging us instead to think of creative ways to solve the new problems it presents. It's a game with complex yet satisfying mechanics that make you genuinely want to play and learn more about it each time you pick it back up. There were plenty of moments when playing through this game that time flew by fast, masked by the drip feed of story the game constantly delivered to me. And while it might be weird to say that I've had fond experiences with the game, given the mature subject matter and disturbing images the game has showed me, I can't really think of any other way to describe it appropriately. As a huge fan of RPGs, Zanki Zero Last Beginning sets the stage for a new franchise, one whose current iteration is sure to please gamers with its unique and deep gameplay and superb storytelling and characters. You don't want to miss this.
Remember, kids,
Illuminate
a brighter future.
for humanity!
Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching this video. If you like what you watched, please consider supporting me by liking and sharing the video, posting a comment, and subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you won't miss any of my new videos. Also, follow me on Twitter at @MyBacklogBattle for the latest updates on upcoming videos, or to just chat about video games. Thanks for stopping by, and let's all have fun playing video games.